Hey, it's your girl MJ, and welcome to the Michelle Tillman channel. I am Michelle Tillman. Thank you if you're a current subscriber and you're watching. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get an alert every time I do a video. I try to do videos every Tuesday of the week, so just check out the channel on Tuesdays and make sure you don't miss a thing. So today's a really short video. What is wrong with your vision? What is wrong with your goals? It is like the start of a new quarter of the year. So if you have things that you kind of like said you were going to do, you haven't done them, this is just a quick check-in to make sure that you have properly written out your goals and properly evaluated the obstacles that you will face and how to overcome them. So one of the books that I was reading in 2018 that I still use and apply to my life going forward is Finisher by Latrice Ryan, and I'll make sure to tag the video information in the description box. But what I liked about this book is that it's a book and a workbook. So this is the workbook. I actually lost my book on an airplane. And was reading it and left it on the plane, so God bless whoever got it. But this workbook really helped me with some of the practical things that I allowed to get in the way of my goals and visions. I did a vision board. I hosted a vision board party earlier this year. Not a party, a workshop earlier this year. And so a lot of the people who have followed up with me, probably about 90% of them have followed up with me and let me know how things have came to pass that were on their vision board. I have things that have came to pass on my vision board. But one of the things is, once the vision board has been made and it's up, what are you doing with it? So I'm just going to kind of skip through this book. You really need to get it for yourself. But here are some things that you need to think about when evaluating your goals that you may have set at the beginning of the year and now you're looking to see where you're at. One thing you have to determine is, what is your personal definition of success? Because some people feel like, okay, for instance, if you want to get married and you're single and you haven't been on a date in years, your personal definition of preparing yourself for marriage, maybe you just want to be asked out on a date, even if it's not the one, even if it's just you practicing your social skills. Maybe that's success to you, just going on a date to practice your social skills because you haven't been out in so long and you don't want to be awkward when you actually do meet your husband and maybe delay your process because you have no skills in talking with the opposite sex. So even if it's not a date, maybe it's just hanging out more with the opposite sex. That could be a win for you. So what does a win and what does personal success look like for you? You have to decide that, and only you can decide that. Know yourself. Be real where you're at, and then give yourself a personal success goal. Another thing is knowing what your ideal life is. And a lot of the participants in my vision board workshop were able to write that out in an exercise that we call Be, Do, Have. If you want to know more about that, then just, comment on the video and I'll give you some information on that. Another thing is writing out your goals, of course, and having a big goal and then a mini goal. So, for example, in 2018, I put own a house with wood floors. But the mini goal was get collections deleted off of my credit report, which will help me own the house. So what are your mini goals for your large goals? That's another step. So for every goal, make sure you have a mini goal and make sure you have a completion date. So don't just say, I want to buy a house eventually. Say, I want to buy a house before December 2020 or whatever your date is. And then make your mini goals to reach that grand goal. That will help you to not just see it as something so distant that you can't keep up with. Another thing is writing down 5 situations that you weren't successful in. So for example, several years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, I paid $400 for a 1-month boot camp. I quit after the second day because I thought it was like so hard. And I was like, oh my God, it was outside and it was bugs. And it was just like, I hate this. And I had saved up, you know, to spend that $400 for 1 month because I was just like, it's going to change my life. I'm going to be motivated. Yes. And I quit after the second day. So 5 situations of things that you weren't successful in. Then after that, what did you learn from not being successful? And the thing I learned from not being successful at that boot camp is paying money for something does not equal a commitment for me. I was so sure that if I spent $400 on a boot camp, oh, I'm going every day, early and staying late. But I recognized that something that was that difficult for me without the proper support of a trainer or a coach that I could really relate to was not enough for me to be motivated. So I have to remember when making decisions, just because you felt like, well, I spent $2,000 on this training program, I'm going to do every lesson. Not necessarily, not without the proper support for me. So think about things that you failed at and what did you learn from them. So that way, when you make new goals, you know, these are the things I failed at before. How can I avoid them? Another great thing that I really liked is for every goal having the potential challenges and then how you will get over them. So like last year, mine was sticking to keto for 30 days. What's going to be hard when my coworkers have all their snacks? So what am I going to do? I'm going to prepare to have keto snacks with me. So whatever the obstacles are, have a solution to them. And another thing that's really powerful is visualization. So she said, spend 5 minutes every day visualizing something that you desire. So for me and my husband for the past 2 years, we have been trying to conceive. And so even though I believe everything is on the way and God is doing it, there's certain things I had to do to visualize. So this may sound crazy, but I just believe that testimony in the end will prove that God is faithful. So we get little stuff. It might be at the Dollar Tree, pacifiers, little baby shoes. You know, I have baby wipes, I have bibs, you know, just baby stuff. And I talk to my future child as if he or she is already here. And by faith, like I will literally speak to my child. So I spend time visualizing what it would be like to come home from work, get a child out of the car seat, bring them inside. Like I would visually and physically, literally do those things. I will open my back door. I'll pull the seat. I have a 2-door. So I'll pull the seat up. I'll pretend like I'm getting the baby out the car. I'll let him walk in, and we have a little inside joke that he jumps really high. So I'm like walking around doing this because my future son is jumping really high. And so visualizing 5 minutes a day of what your ideal life looks like is a powerful exercise. And some people might say it's from, you know, The Secret. This is the Bible, you know, faith in it until you make it, and calling those things that be not as though they were. That was in the Bible long before the book The Secret was ever written. So these are things and principles that I have learned from this book. I hope you guys have taken some notes. If you haven't, rewind and watch this again. And these are some ways to find out what is wrong with your vision, what is wrong with your goals, how do you need to revamp them and rearrange them to make sure you succeed at everything you desire. I love you guys. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.